What's that? You want some more Skims? I got you. Welcome back. Okay, I did a Skims review of the bras and the undies, and this time I thought,
let's try some of the clothing.
because Miss Kim, yes, she is known for more than just her underwear. She's also known for her clothes. And today I'm going to be giving you just that. I got a couple of items during the winter sale of Skims, and Miss Kim K might have done it again. So I'm going to be showing you some of the stuff that I got for the clothing haul. And I did get 3 items actually that are for men. So unfortunately, I think I just spit. Unfortunately, I won't be able to show those because those are for my fiance and I can't really try them on. But what I can do is show you what they look like and just tell you what the quality of the material feels like. So I will be doing that. But I'm very excited. I'm going to try this clothes on. I hope it fits because I haven't opened it since I ordered it and it came like well over a week ago. So we're about to find out. But honestly, I got everything on sale. If you watch the try on haul of the underwear and the bras, your girl loves a sale, okay? I'm not paying full price. I'm sorry, Kim. So far, I loved the bras and the undies, but I'm not paying full price. So I'm gonna need a sale. And that's what I did this time. So I will show you whatever price points come with it, along with what I actually ended up paying, because I don't gatekeep prices here, okay? I'm all about the sale. So without further ado, let's get into it. So first up, we have the Fits Everybody t-shirt. These are very form-fitting, and this one is in the shadow snake print. I will add a little picture here. Again, with any single item that I put on this video, there will be links as well on my YouTube. So if you're interested in any of the items, do follow that link and you will see the exact item that I purchased, color, size, what have you. Just for reference, I did get this in a size small, and I do just want to say that it hugs the body. It definitely hugs the body. There is stretch, so do keep in mind these are supposed to kind of fit everybody. As the name says, there fits everybody. And I do, obviously they come in different sizes, but I do see how this could be very form fitting and flattering for just about any shape, body, and size because we are not all made the same. So obviously it's very important that our shirts fit, the way that our bodies are contoured. The quality is very good. It's very stretchy. If you're looking for a shirt that is like cute but stretchy, this is definitely it. You can kind of tell. I mean, even because of the sort of snake print, I think you can kind of tell the stretch there. Obviously, it needs to stand the test of time, which is going to be going through the wash cycle, what it's going to look like after. It's going to shrink. Is it going to get loose? Those are all things that are TBD. But so far, I really like it. I think with a pair of jeans, this would look great. I am wearing one of the demi bras underneath, and I'm going to get a little close just so you can see that. So you can kind of see the bra line here. So I would recommend, wearing something that can either kind of camouflage in the back. So I'm wearing a black bra, which unless you're really paying attention, you probably won't be able to tell. But, as a woman, I notice everything, and I'm sure other women do too. So keep that in mind that they might be a little bit sheer, but they come in different colors. So you can always get like a black one, a red one, whatever. And again, just a reference, I am a size small. I am 5'4", about 120 pounds. So keep that in consideration. Larger up top. So again, all these things to consider when buying shirts. I know that it'll look a little bit different for everybody, but so far I really like it. I think this is a solid 8 to 9 out of 10. I love the print. I like print. I like the snake. I like cheetah. I like leopard. So I'm that person. If you don't like it, they do have the regular colors. So on to the next one. Up next, we have the Fits Everybody long sleeve shirt. So this is just like the last one. It's from the same line. However, this one is long sleeve. And I do like that the sleeve sort of kind of ends a little bit past, the wrist. It kind of, makes it feel a little bit more long and more kind of snug. Like I feel, especially during the colder weather, that this would be, not just pretty to wear, dress it up or dress it down, but it kind of feels nice in the fact that you have that little extra oomph, it kind of makes you feel a little bit more warm and fuzzy. But this one is in the color Zircon, which is kind of like something between a blue, it's something like maybe like a gunmetal blue, gray, something along those lines. But I will link everything. So if you really like this color or if you want something similar, you can, obviously take a look. I will leave the links on the description box in my channel, in my video. So just a heads up, and I actually didn't mention this with the last one that I tried on, but the price point for the fits everybody, just like no sale price, regular, for this one, it is actually listed at $48. So there's that 48. You probably couldn't even see it. This one is actually listed as 58. Now, I did not buy either of these shirts for that price. I will list what I ended up getting them as, but that's just something to keep in mind, that that's their sort of non-sale price point. It does feel great. Like, and what's funny is I just switched out of the last t-shirt that I showed to try this one on, and I feel warm. Like, this is a nice, layering t-shirt for sure, especially in the colder weather. I live in Illinois, so for me, cold weather is kind of part of it, and it kind of lands here. So if you want to wear it, with some leggings or wear it with jeans, I definitely see this being something that could be very, you know, very cute. You can definitely style it up, dress it down however you want. I think the color is beautiful. I feel like it really suits my skin tone. If you're into this color, definitely. But another thing that I do want to just add, very stretchy, but look, the more it stretches, the kind of sheerer it gets here. So if you're extra bustier up top, do consider that. I got a size small in this one. I get size small for my t-shirts usually. If you're going to have, concerns about the sheerness, definitely keep that in mind. And maybe you can wear something underneath as well. But if you think that's going to be too much, then just keep that in mind when buying these. These type of colors, as they stretch, will get a little bit more sheer. So just things to consider. But so far, the quality, I love the length of the arms. I think this is my favorite thing about this shirt, is the length of the arms. And I will give this like an 8.5 out of 10 for that reason. 8.5 to 9 out of 10. So same as this short sleeved one, only I actually like the fact that the sleeves are a little bit longer than even a regular long sleeve shirt. So I'm gonna go a little bit lower for this one because I want you to see these, but these are actually the outdoor high-waisted banded leggings. Now, I got these in a size extra small, and I usually don't go that small because I have wider hips, so I need a little extra room down there. I was scared when I got them in an extra small because that was the only size that was left, and I really wanted them, so I was like, they were on sale, and I was like, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna pray, and hope that it works out. I read some of the reviews, and people were saying that you can size down on these, so I was hoping that that was true, and so far I think that is the case. So these are in the color ONYX, and they're a black, but I have to get a little bit closer. You can kind of see, like, these are kind of like a black with maybe like a speckle of like gray in there. So they are definitely high waisted. This is where my belly button lies, and this is where they end. So they're like right above the belly button. So they are going to fit kind of, definitely high waisted, as they say. This quality, like, they're not compressive in the way that like the Alpha Elite leggings or Gymshark leggings are, but um they're not loose fitting. So you don't feel like, with those leggings where I feel like you're just, kind of falling out of them because they're just so thin and there's like nothing to them, but they're just pants. These are not that. These are definitely not compressive, but they are thick. This quality of the legging, if it was a way that I could actually like have you like feel it through the video, I would. But this is good quality. Like, these are not going to rip easily. I can tell. They may not be compressive in the same way that typical gym leggings are, but this is good quality. So overall, I'm actually highly impressed. I think the fact that, they're an extra small, and I typically wear a small, and yet, I don't feel like my butt is like completely flattened out. They're very comfortable. Like, I'm just doing normal activities. I can see these everyday errand leggings. Absolutely 100%. I would throw these on. Very comfortable, very, very nice material, thick material. This is going to withstand time. I hope that the color doesn't fade too much. I know with a lot of her garments, they do come on the tag. They'll say, the material might fade, and that's normal because it's been dyed. So you might notice that. I'm hoping that's not the case because I do love the way that they look. But overall, I was highly impressed by these. The quality right away, these are not cheap. This is, and it's not cheap. The price point, they're not cheap, but they actually don't feel cheap either, which is extremely important because we're paying a lot of money for these, right? We want to get what we're paying for. And we want leggings, especially us women that tend to live in them. These are not necessarily like gym leggings. They're going to be your everyday leggings. So, final thoughts on the leggings. They're like a 9 out of 10. I might say the only thing that I don't like about them, and it's very, very small detail, is the fact that they're not like super compressive here because me, I love to eat. And so usually my belly is the problem. But honestly, the way that they fit, where they kind of end up, it's beautiful. So the price, they are a little bit expensive, but again, I didn't pay that. So I will post the price, you know, everything that I ended up paying for. I have one more item to try on, and I'm very excited. And then I will show you guys what I got from my fiance to wrap up the video. So let's continue. All right, this is the last piece of clothing that I got, and these are the heavy pointelle. Pointelle? Anyway, straight leg pants. They're in the snow leopard print, and I got these in a size small. Okay, let me show you the full length here. So I am 5'4", and they are a little bit long, but I'm not complaining. I prefer them to be on the longer side than on the shorter side. And I actually like the way that this t-shirt, long sleeve t-shirt looks with them, because these are definitely going to be at home pajama pants. They are on the see-through side. You can't really tell in the camera here, but they're not very thick. So you are going to be, probably seeing, if you're outside or outdoors, you might see what color your underwear are. And if you want people to know, then that's great. But if you don't want them to know, then do keep that in mind. They are super comfortable. I'm going to show you up close the little detail here. They kind of have like the little, I think these are what they call pointelle here. They've got like the little kind of, dots or holes in them. I don't know how to explain it, but they're super cute. And I love that they're that little snow leopard print, because if you can't tell, I'm big into animal print. These are super comfy. These are definitely going to be lounging. But for me personally, I'm going to use these as pajama pants. And the way that I'm looking right now with this, the top and the bottom, like this matches. I would wear this to bed. So I think I just made a match in heaven. Yay! For pajama pants, super comfortable. There's really not much more to them. Like they just come with the regular. It's a very thin waistband, so they're not going to be super thick. They're very very loose fitting. So definitely going to be great if you are thinking of pajama pants for them. You want to go out in them, you probably could, but there's no like pockets or anything, so don't. And I would view these more as comfy pajama bottoms. So I like them. I would say these are a solid like 8 out of 10, just because you're so comfortable. And again, I will post, my voice just cracked. I will post the price tag of what I actually paid for these, because I did not pay full price. I cannot try these on. However, I did get 3 like workout shirts for my fiance. This one is a sort of like crop sleeve one, and I've noticed that he's worn these type of shirts in the past. So I got these all on sale. But this one is the Skim Sport Slim Muscle Tank. It's in the color gunmetal, and you can kind of tell like my shirt is sort of like a bluer, and this one is like a true gunmetal. Um, I think he's gonna like it overall. I feel like this is gonna be great for working out for the gym. I got the gunmetal. This is in a size large, by the way. So just to kind of give you an idea, these are supposed to fit a little bit more tight, closer to the body. So I wouldn't expect it to fit, very loose. If you wanted it a little bit more loose, then I would probably recommend sizing. This one is just like a jersey. So that one is more of the compressive material. This one is going to be more of like cotton material. You can tell it's not really as tight fitting. This one is in a size large. And it also is, this one is an onyx. So that's kind of like the color that they use to describe black for the most part, I've noticed, between soot and onyx. Again, size large. And this one, you can already tell, like I can tell right off the bat that this one is going to fit a little bit more looser. It's not going to be as tight. Even the way that it looks, it's slightly larger, I feel. But it feels very fresh. It feels like this is going to be good for the summertime or the springtime, when you want to wear like, nothing too tight to the body, or you want something that's a little bit more breathable. And I did actually get a compressive tank. This one is the Skim Sports Slim Muscle Tank. This one's in obsidian. So I guess that's a third way of saying the color black without calling it black, actually. So they call it onyx, soot, and obsidian. This one is just like the first one in gunmetal, only this one is the black one. Same exact thing. You can tell it's slightly less wide, I feel like. Yeah, this is going to be that compressive stretchy material. So I've noticed that he wears these types of shirts sometimes, and he either runs out of them or rips them or whatever. So I really hope he's gonna like these, but I will also post the price that I paid for these, because these I can't really say how they're gonna fit since I'm not the one that's wearing them, and they feel high quality, however, and I did get them at a really good price because I got them on sale. So I will be posting that as well, just so you can get an idea of, you can kind of get a price point. I think the men's stuff was slightly cheaper. You know, that's how it is. But final thoughts. So I think the clothing is definitely, has earned its stripes. I've heard really good things, and I can honestly see why. Like, I'm still wearing this long sleeve t-shirt that I got that fits everybody, and I love it. Like, so far, I think I'm just gonna wear this for the rest of the day, honestly, because it's so comfortable and it's so cute, and like, it's just great. It's great. It fits well. The quality is there. The price is a little higher. However, I got everything on sale, and I'm going to be posting what I truly paid for everything, so you can make up your mind if you think it's worth it. If that is delivered in this beautiful Skims box, and I get it, right? Like, sometimes we could care less about the packaging, but even like things that I've noticed, like the tags, I mean, they're like thick cardboard. Like, it's embossed with the Skims logo. Like, there's attention to detail for sure. Now, whether it's worth it, whether we're paying for the packaging, that's a whole nother story, and I don't know, to be honest. But I think the clothing so far, the underwear, the bralettes, everything. I'm very happy with everything. I think so far as you can catch things on sale, I would recommend buying things on sale. Hopefully will withstand the test of time, given that the quality feels very high and very good. So keep quality in mind, because sometimes we pay more because we overbuy things that end up breaking and ripping and falling apart because we're buying them since it's cheaper, and we think, well, you get one or two uses out of it, and then you're buying it again. By the third or fourth time, you would have just bought the one item had you just, paid for the one item one time. And that is what I think it ultimately comes down to when it comes to Skims. Is so far, I think she has earned the recognition and the quality. It does speak for itself. Very happy with everything. I think nothing was rated lower than a 7, honestly. Everything was great. So I hope you enjoyed this review. I love making these reviews. I think that they're fun. I mentioned it in my owner active video that anytime that I buy clothing, I need to make away with old clothing, because I don't believe in racking up too much stuff. I need room, and it has to make sense for me. So, in the name of sustainability, I'm going to go ahead and insert my Poshmark closet, because I always try to sell, my good, well taken care of, excellent use condition clothing, so that I can make room for new clothing. That way I can keep making these haul videos. So please take a look at my Poshmark. Make me an offer. I ship everything. Everything is smoke free, and wash all my clothing. If you have any questions, let me know. I am always open and willing to take and accept reasonable offers. Please do take a look. I have really nice stuff there. I have a lot of skim stuff, actually. Stuff that I didn't try on in the haul that is brand new with tags. Just stuff that I ultimately decided not to keep. So take a look at Poshmark. Help me continue to make these haul videos by helping me make space in my closet, because yeah, it's getting tight in there. So I appreciate you guys so much for watching. Leave comments down below. Let me know what you like, what you don't like. If you like the way that I do these videos, if you would prefer things to be a little differently, I'm so open to comments, suggestions, anything. Constructive criticism is always welcome. So thank you so much for your time. Like, subscribe, comment, share the video, and I will see you in the next one.